like the number that goes across is n, and the number that goes down is n minus 1. So that'd be 2 by 1, and then 3 by 2, 4 by 3, and then 5 by 4.
Interesting.
And then in the bottom one, you leave one unshaded on like the last one, and then you would do like the rest shaded.
Excellent. I think that's awesome. Can we give Israel? It's going to clap on to 1, 2. So Israel found, check this out. I'm finding a relationship between my term number and how many white squares I have. Because that's essentially how we figured out how many black dots there are, right? We tried to find a relationship between my term number and the number of black dots. Israel's doing the same here. He's saying, okay, I see that my dimensions for my row dimensions for each of my patterns is going to be my term number. So on my 6th pattern, I know that my top row is going to have 6 white dots, right? And then he also noticed that the columns, or I guess that would be, this would be rows, and this would be columns, or this would be rows, and this would be columns. There's 6 columns, and there's 4 rows here. He noticed that in relation to your term number, your rows are going to be this minus 1. So then how many rows of these 5? Yeah, you guys are too smart. So then, based on this, is that enough information to figure out how many white dots there will be in, like, say, my 27th term? So how do we do that? It sounds like you have an idea. Yeah. For the rows? Yeah, there'll be 26 rows. And then how many columns for my 27th term? 26 by 26. What do you guys think? Let me be more clear about my question here. So then based on what Israel noticed, what do you think that this square, what are the dimensions of that square for my 27th term?
27 by 26.
Yeah, 27 by 26, because I see that the number of columns is always my term number, so there's going to be 27 columns. And then my number of rows is that minus 1. Now if I multiply this, what is that going to give me? Is that going to give me all of my white dots in my 27th term?
You still have to add one.
Yeah, we still have one that we need to add each and every time. So then when we do that, we can actually generalize this by saying, I know that I'll always have some rectangle of white circles, right? And it's going to be my term number by my term number minus 1. So it's going to be n times n minus 1. Does that make sense to everyone? And then, of course, we have 1 left over, so we have to add plus 1. And that's going to give you the number of white squares. But this isn't the only way to do it.